Hi there, I'm Sarah. Welcome back to the Nook. For our workout of the week this week, we're going to need a chair and just one dumbbell. If you don't have a dumbbell, you can grab a water bottle or something with just a little bit of weight to challenge yourself in the way that's appropriate for your body. Let's get warmed up. We'll move everything away from the chair. You're going to stand behind it. We're going to start with some leg swings. So I'm just going to face this way so my outside leg away from the chair will swing. Just very gently, it can bend, it can straighten, just to start to warm up through the hip. I'm going to try not to kick my plant behind me here. And then simply switch it over to the other side. Make sure it's the outside foot so you don't risk kicking that chair. Just starting to begin to notice what type of body showed up for our workout today. And it's very dependent on how you slept, what you did yesterday. A lot of things go into it, so we just want to take a moment to check in and relax it. I'm just going to move my chair out slightly so I have space. You're going to kick one foot up behind, give a little pull towards your glute, set it down, and then do the opposite. I'll show you from the side because you can't see through the chair. It's here, and then step, and then reach for the other one. So you're kind of marching it out. If you can't grab that foot, simply lift your heel towards your glutes and warm up that way. As always, I'll encourage you to challenge yourself, but do what feels right in your body. Break when you need to break, although I will cue some water breaks throughout. So if you can fight through it, fight through it. Last one here. Wide stance out. So really wide stance. We're going a tiny side lunge, all 10 toes facing forward and straight back up. And then go to the other side. Using the chair as much or as little as you need to. And keeping that chest upright, facing forward. Your goal here is to sit those hips back like there's a tiny chair behind you. So some of the exercises today, we're going to use the chair to help us, to kind of aid us, to make it a little bit easier. Others, we're going to use it as a challenge piece. Last one this side. I'm just going to flip my chair so you can see me. I'm going to flatten out my back as much as I can. I'm pretty tall, so it's hard for me to get my body into this L, but pressing your chest towards the earth just to start to feel that stretch through your chest and your shoulders, and then press up. Maybe you plank, and then you're right back down. Send those hips back. You'll feel a stretch through your hamstrings, and then right back up. Inhale to come forward, maybe even come up on your toes a little bit, then exhale, press it back. Last one like this. Excellent. Grab a quick sip of water, we're going to dive right in. Everything's for time today, so no reason to count your reps. You're going to set up your chair. I'm going to set mine sideways so you can see what my body position looks like. Let's go over the basics first. Feet are going to be about hip distance apart. First modification, you'll sit down, right? And then using as little hands as possible, stand back up. So that's with no weight. And then we'll continue to do so. It's just a sit down, stand up. Second modification is this tap, still no weight, but we tap the backside of our legs, our glutes, onto the chair, keeping our tummy pulled in tight. And then this full expression of this is with the weight, hold ends of the dumbbells or water bottles or whatever you're holding, and it's sit back and press up. Pick your poison, here we go, time starts now. It's a steady pace, so it's not super slow, but it's also not fast. We're right at this medium, kind of an extension of our warm-up, keeping those elbows in close. If you're holding something, sinking your weight into your heels. Gently tapping if you are tapping. If you're fully sitting, fully sit. Then engage through your core and stand up with as little help as you need from your hands. Everything is one time through today, so knowing we're not going to repeat the movements, Might be a little encouraging for you to finish the entire time. And just like that, we're down to 10 seconds. Keep moving, don't stop yet. Here comes 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring your object with you if you're using it. I'll show you from my left hand first so you can see. Hand goes in the center of the chair. Feet go wide. So I have a yoga mat here for a guide. If you don't have a yoga mat, just make your feet wider than your chair. To set it up, you press your hips down. It's going to be a row. No weight, no problem. I guarantee you, you can still feel this through your arms and through your core without the weight. Here it is, first side. Row it up, slow down. So now the pace is kind of quick to the top, drag it slow to the bottom. Keeping your shoulder over your wrist or slightly behind, but not over the front. And keeping your hips low. I know it's tempting to send them into a pike so they can help. That elbow rubs super close to your rib cage. It stays very near your body. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. If you have that weight, switch it over to the other hand. Shift your weight into your left hand, or your other one you didn't do, into the middle of the chair. Find that posture, tuck those hips, press your shoulders away from your ears, and then remember that cadence. It's quick to the top, drag it slow, fight gravity on the way back down. Pull your belly button into your back. This is a ton of core, probably even more so than the upper body that's working. Slide your shoulder over the front of your wrist. I was starting to lean back into that pike. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Set it down, relax it. You're gonna have a seat in your chair. I'm just gonna flip mine so you can see where I'm going with it. You can keep yours where it is, unless you can't see your screen. You're gonna sit up tall. You're either gonna hold something or you're gonna act like you're holding something, and it's here. You go one way, low, the opposite way, high. Keep the weight close to you. For a bigger challenge, it's drop it all the way, arms straight, and then pull arms straight at an angle. We're sticking to one side. So if the arms straight becomes too much, bend it in. Lessen that lever. Your core is tight, your back is straight. And then if you can't do this full range of motion, that's okay. Do what works for you. I'm using a 10 today. It might be ambitious, if I'm being totally honest. Maybe I should have grabbed an 8. But that's okay, now I'm committed. If you don't have anything, I guarantee you, even if you hold your water bottle, you'll feel it a little bit more than if you don't hold something at all. 5, 4, 3, 2, unravel it, bring it through the center just for a moment, then we're going to the other side. Remember your modifications. It's close, keep it to your hip, keep it to your shoulder. It can be hip to shoulder, or it can be full drop. Full drop, arms straight, all the way up. So all this is a seated wood chop position. But it's easier because you don't have to worry about your feet. You don't have to worry about turning your foot in. But it still works your core, it still works your shoulders. Just without that complete coordination of that twist. You got this. Remember, we're not coming back. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower it slow all the way down. Move your weight out of the way. You don't need it for your next one. You do, however, need your chair, and we're coming down to your mat. So coming all the way down, this first one, calves or at least heels will be on your chair. For me, it's gonna be my calves to start to show you the modification. It's a tiny crunch up. I'm pressing my heels down, my calves down, so my tailbone tucks and I hit these lower abdominals. And it's slow. A little harder, I'm gonna scoot back. I'm gonna only have my heels on the bench, and they're literally going to, when I crunch, my hips come up, just slowly. My gaze stays towards the ceiling. Join me when you're ready. One time through these, which you'll be thanking me for after we engage through this. But if those hips don't lift, do the calf variation. Press into the chair with your calf, because that tailbone will still tuck. And that's the magic of this posture. When that tailbone tucks and we crunch, those lower abdominals have to work. Eyes towards the ceiling. I know it's tempting to look at your knees. It's tempting to look at your belly. Keep that cervical spine long, the very top of your neck. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Stand it right up. You're gonna face your chair to start. And then if you need to up the ante a little bit, we can flip it. But where we're going is a balance and some quad work. So for me, I'm tall. I could probably use the back of the chair, but I'm gonna stay here so I have a straight leg. So I'm gonna put one foot on the chair. If you're near a wall, this can be helpful for this one. It's a simple lift and lower. So first, take a look at your base leg, make sure it's pointed straight ahead. A lot of us will turn out for the lack of balance. Try to keep it straight ahead. Then it's just a lift and lower. If this, for whatever reason, is too high, just do it from the floor. And keep in mind that it's a straight leg. It's a tight core. For a challenge, or if you're super flexible, you can use the back of the chair, and it's here, the tap. I'm gonna go in the middle today. I'm gonna go through the seat of the chair. Here we go. So pick a leg. A lot of times we lean into our favorite leg first, and that's okay. You can start holding the wall, but once you get a feel for it, try to lift your arms up all the way straight. That base leg is working, that tapping toe is working, so you should feel it through the front of your quad, right here. I say the front of your quad, it's the front of your leg. That is your quad. Here it is. Make sure that toe doesn't turn in. It can turn out slightly, just make sure it doesn't cave in. We're switching sides in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax it, shake it out, give it a little love, then plant down that other foot straight ahead. Find that level and tap. So little lift and lower. Once again, you can do this from the floor. As long as that leg is straight, that strong quadricep is working. You can also do it from the back of the chair. And once you have the balance, add the arms. Now this side might be a little more challenging because your base leg already worked on the tap. So that quad is already tired, so other things will have to kick in, and that's okay. You fall out, you put a smile on your face, you come right back up. We're coming down in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax it. Legs get a break. Time for these awesome triceps to do the work. Grab a quick sip of water. Have a seat in your chair. You're going to actually sit on your thumbs. Unless you have a really tiny booty and it doesn't cover the whole chair. Then don't sit on your thumbs. But your thumbs are going to be under. Your hands are going to wrap around the outside. Weight goes in your palms. You're going to scoot your hips just off the edge of the chair. I like to do this one with my knees super bent, especially the first couple to get a feel for it. So my hips just hover and then my elbows go straight back and my arms do the work on the way up. The straighter and further out you walk your feet, the more weight is in your arms, But don't start there. Start here. And then if your shoulders feel good, your elbows feel good, then do the modification. Now the emphasis here is on the straightening part. So it doesn't matter how low you go, but it's straight and strong. Keep those hips close to the bench, to your chair. You got 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Have a seat, shake them out. Now don't be hard on yourself. If you just had a teeny tiny bend and a straighten, that's okay. You're still working that tricep. I'm gonna once again flip my chair just so you can see me. I'm gonna have both hands on my chair, super light, like just fingertips. I'm gonna go really far out with my heels, toes turn out. I'm going into a sumo squat. So my knees, you'll see outside my chair, I'll adjust. And for the first couple, they're slow. And I'm using this chair just for balance. If you don't need the chair for balance, arms are out, like you're holding the world's biggest beach ball. But don't lift them out until you're ready. It's slow, fight that gravity. It's slow going down. The hard part is slow going up. Slow go up. Keep those shoulders away from your ears. Slight bend in those elbows, like you are wrapping them around a beach ball. I know it's hard to tell at this angle. Tuck that tailbone. Lower abdominals are working. You got this. We only have 2 more moves after this. So really emphasize the pace of this one. It's slow, it's challenging. You want more? Come up on your toes. Lift those heels off the mat. For last 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Oh, such a bonus. There it is. Come on down. Last one on the floor, and we'll do 1 finisher. I'm gonna move way out for this one. I should move my chair a little. It's going to be a leg lift. So we'll start on the chair. Legs can be bent for the mod or straight. And then our goal is to go one side over the other. So arms where they feel comfortable. I'm gonna press mine down towards the earth. I hesitate to put them underneath my hips, even though it does make it easier, because then my lower back doesn't really gauge if it's working or not. So for me, it's easier to have them down by the side. So I'm gonna drop over that chair and drop. Maybe I touch the floor, but maybe I don't, and that's okay. Everything is working. The modification is 1 on, 1 off. 1 on and 1 off, and coming up. Now if the chair is too high, just move it and do the up and over something lower. Exhale as you lower. Inhales as you lift. Try to relax your shoulders. Try to relax your face. That last cue was more for me than you. You got this. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Even them out. Hug those knees in for a moment. Rock it side to side. We just have our finisher. Coming up, we're doing mountain climbers on the chair. So make sure your chair is steady. Mine's on my yoga mat, so it's not going anywhere. My hands are gonna be just like they were for those dips. My 4 fingers are off, my thumb is on. First, I find this plank. Here's your rest. If you get too tired while we do our finisher, this is where I want you to stay. Now, your finisher can be slow, just marching it out. It can be kind of medium, you kind of pick up the tempo, or it can be a sprint. Whatever you got, whatever's left in the tank, join me when you're ready. Drive those knees straight forward. Keep those shoulders over your wrists. Of course, breathe. Here we go. Nice and soft on those toes. Check in with your shoulders, making sure they're over your wrist, because they tend to lean back. You got this. It's 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stand it up. Walk it out. Tempting to sit in that chair that we just used. Please don't. Lift one up. Hamstring stretch. Straight front leg. Go to where you feel it through the back of your leg. Back of your hamstring on the leg that's lifted. Taking that same leg. Grab for that foot. Quad stretch. Allowing that shoulder to open. That chest to feel a little stretch. Same leg. Cross it over. Figure 4. You can always sit in the chair and do this one. Nice, other side. Kick that other leg up. Hamstring stretch first, send those hips back. Think heart towards your knee. And then flip it. Front of the leg stretch through your quads. And then cross it over. Figure 4. So this video is for the last week of June, the last full week of June. If you're seeing this before June 30th, we have a Step It Up challenge coming up where you increase the number of steps that you take for one day, and then you put it in the results post in the Time Out for Moms Wellness Accountability and Support Facebook group. And you get a chance to win some coffee gift cards. Lose those hands behind you. So I hope you can join us for the Step It Up challenge. Also, we have, I think there's only 3 spots left for free wellness consultations for this week, and then going into the week of 4th of July. We will be gone from July 2nd through the 7th. But there's a few more spots. If you want to sneak in your free wellness consultation call, then just comment on this video, just comment call, or shoot me a DM on Facebook. And relax it. One last breath together. Arms come up, press to the top, bring it down through the center. Thank yourself for showing up, and go have a great day. I'll see you next week. Have a great one.